I can say, guys, it's a very beautiful day here in Alice Springs. As you can see behind me over here, I'll be heading over to the Ayers Rock here next to Alice Springs, and it's 500 k's out, and it's about a 5-hour drive from Alice Springs Center. Although I did rent a car, and it's a nice beautiful Toyota Corolla, as you can see over here. A nice car over here. I gave $210 for 2 days to have this car and also have accommodation, and it's a beautiful day for me. So I'll see you guys in the next video. As you can see the sign at, I realize as you can see the sign in the background, I realize that it's going to be an amazing day. I'll see you guys in the next video. I mean, here I am at the Uluru Rock here in Australia. You can see in Alice Springs, 500 kilometers away from Alice Springs, you'll find the big rock, which is the Ayers Rock here in Australia. I can say it's a massive rock here, although on the camera it looks something small, although it's really large in comparison. I realize that rock, I realize is around, I don't know, although it's around, I realize although it's around 300 feet in the air, and it's really, really high. And it feels amazing to be here because this is one of my big dreams, to come to Ayers Rock here in Australia. And I drove a car here which I rented out from the car rental company, and here I am now for the first time ever at the age of 28. I'm able to see the Ayers Rock for the first time, and it's just, I realize it's incredible. I realize it's incredible to be here and to experience something like this, where I can go and just see it and just make sure that I just invest myself totally today to go walk the Ayers Rock today. In that way, I'm going to enjoy my life. I did some photo shoots here, and it's a nice scenery where you can see the rock, although I have to go and walk around it and see more of it. I'll see you guys in the next video. You can see me at the Ayers Rock over here. I'm enjoying my life. I love it. Here I am, guys, at the nice beautiful Ayers Rock here in Alice Springs. I can say it's a beautiful weather. I can say it's 36 degrees over here right now. I can say at the moment I am really blissful. I have a nice beautiful experience here at the Ayers Rock. I realize it's very quiet. I realize it's very much a desert, although the sun is out, and here I am with my nice beautiful rental car. As you can see, it's a Toyota Corolla. I mean a Nissan. It's a Nissan. And I understand that no matter what, that every single day I do something such as this, I realize it gives me a memory, and it helps me to say that I've been here. And that's why I'm doing this video too, so that you can have evidence that I've been here. I just did a photo shoot. I did over 300 photos of myself right here, about me standing up and just doing random poses, so that I can go and post it online, and just to have fun as well in the process. Although it's been a nice beautiful journey over here. I have driven for 5 hours to get here, and all my life I've been dreaming about this moment, to be able to come and see the Ayers Rock, which is such a large rock right here. It's such a big rock, and to be able to be here and finally accomplish it after 1 year and 2 months of traveling, I managed to come here. And here I am in my 1 year and 2 months and 2 weeks or something like that, and I'm finally able to come and see Ayers Rock. So guys, when you're traveling here, you realize that it's very important that you understand that the signal over here can disrupt you. Your Wi-Fi can really go, let's say with no Wi-Fi, I realize that it can have no signal in terms of internet connection. Although make sure you stock up with audiobooks, and make sure that you get here safely in a way that you're not speeding, and that you also realize that you have to get to Alice Springs first to get to here. Although I did get accommodation here at Curtin Springs, which is 100 kilometers that way, and I realized that I still have another day here at the Ayers Rock, because I still have to go around and walk the Ayers Rock. So I realized my first day right now, I realized it's 4:57 p.m. I realized I came here at 3 p.m. So I've been here for 2 hours already, and I realized I'll be here the next day as well, and then I have to drive back for 5 hours because I rented my car for 2 days. Although I realized that this is my first scene when I come here, and when I came here I realized that I now have a nice beautiful experience where I can say that I've been here and I can enjoy myself in the process. And it's just been I realize it's been a dream come true for myself to be able to be here in life, where I can see this rock and be at this peak of my life where I'm at my best. So what you see today is my best version, and to be able to say that I've been at Ayers Rock is, let's say, many people cannot even say that. I mean, most people have never been to Ayers Rock. So this is one of the places where you will really enjoy yourself in terms of being able to see it. So if you've never seen Ayers Rock, you have to come and see it, because you'll see the actual rock itself, because it's different on screen and in real life. You have to understand that in real life it's much bigger than this, and you understand that one of the two best places I've ever seen in Australia is in Townsville, where the lookout is. I promise you see islands across the ocean, and also this one. I promise you this is so beautiful. So these are two, I realize that these are two main areas. If I had to choose, I realize if I had to choose between Ayers Rock or the Townsville one, I'll choose Ayers Rock, because here I am in my best peak state of my life. I realize that it just makes sense that this is the holy grail of Australia. You have to understand that this is the moment that you've been waiting for, and you have to understand that you have to be here and you have to come experience it. I realize that it can cost, in terms of, you have to realize that price is not an issue unless you make it an issue, although it can be up to $1,200 to come to Australia in terms of the Alice Springs tickets from Australia, Sydney or Adelaide or something like that. You understand that it can vary, and the prices can vary. I realize the prices can vary from $1,000 to $2,000 for 2 weeks stay here. So it depends on you, and you have to realize that for me, I realize it's already been $1,200 or something like that to just be able to stay here for 2 weeks. Although you understand that it's worth it, and now I have photos of myself here. I have a nice beautiful experience. I drove 5 hours with my car, and I've seen nice beautiful scenery along the way. So that's part of the journey today as well. And then I have the next day tomorrow, which is I'll go walk as well this nice beautiful rock, and I'll go walk it, and I'll go touch it too, and then I'll go elsewhere in life and I'll go see the rest. I'll see you guys in the next video. See the rock over here? I mean, how huge is this? You need to see this rock. You guys have to come and see this rock over here. See, it's humongous. You guys can see I'm at the Uluru Rock over here. See, it's a massive rock. I'm just walking here at the Ayers Rock now. I'm walking on the footpath. You actually may see me right now. I'm walking right now on the way to the nice beautiful scenery over here. You guys can check out the walk with me. Currently walking Ayers Rock. Currently walking Ayers Rock. So you guys can come in here. You can check it out. I mean, there's so many flies over here. I mean, when you come here, especially in September, I promise you there's so many flies on your face. You can see they prevented you from even entering the rock, I will make sure I'll go touch the rock at least. To go touch it, I have to say I touched Aya's rock. Oh, I can say it's a hot rock. I can say the rock is hot. I mean, what's with the flies today? And they're all over my face. I mean, there's a bunch of flies on my face. Phew. I have to see this. See the rock? And it's just a rock. You guys can actually see me. I mean, here I am. I'm at the Ayers Rock, baby. I'm at the Ayers Rock. And you can see these flies. You can see them all over me. I can also switch off my camera and turn it off without pausing the video. And that's pretty cool. You can see how I am. See the echidna's over here, and the echidna lives under there. I'm drinking sugarcane juice. See how amazing this guy is. You see how amazing this is, guys. I mean, I finally managed to get here. I mean, after 28 years. I got myself a sugarcane drink. Just to have some energy along the way. I get to walk the rock today, and that's beautiful. I mean, I'm the 1% of the world today who's actually doing something big today. I mean, alone or not? I mean, how does it feel to be alone, Danny? I mean, it feels amazing because I never have to answer to anybody. I give myself the answers and I just go enjoy as rock on my own. I could have went with a tour. I could have went with other people. I'd rather just go with my own. I'd just rather go on my own. See, it's nice. I've been here on my own. I'm still here. You can see how it is. You can see in 2020 the Ayers Rock. I mean, these flies are all over the place. I see a Pokemon, I see a little bird there. I gotta catch 'em all. I say it's you and me. You are my destiny. I say Pokemon. I say, oh, you're my best friend in the world across the land. I mean, this Ayers Rock is amazing. You can just see how big it is. I mean, it's so big. You can honestly see how big this is. You can just see. It's a huge rock. Can we go this way? I mean, words cannot express how I feel right now. I feel the best ever. I get to touch the rock over here. You're a good chap. I love you. See, for many generations, the Anglo elders taught Nikia bush boys in this cave how to travel in this country and survive. For generations of grandfathers painted these pictures. I see like a teacher uses a school board. I see generations of grandfathers painted these pictures like a teacher uses a school board to teach Nainka how to track and hunt kuka for food animals. I see Nainka would then be taken into the bush to learn about the country where the water holes are. I realized she was taught where to find water holes and to find animals, about where to source materials for their tools and weapons. I realized it's a cultural Aboriginal setting. I realized they drew upon paintings on the wall over here. I mean, they were teaching each other how to hunt through paintings. You see that? And for generations, you see that. You see a lot of Aborigines lived here in this cave. You guys can find Curtin Springs, which is nearby over here in Ayers Rock. You can find accommodation for 70 baht. I realize it's 75 bucks a night, although it's 105 total, because in Alice Springs you'll find hostels and accommodation for 34. So 105 minus 34, you'll realize it's about 80 bucks extra. You can see these caves over here. You can see how beautiful this is. I don't know what that is. Oh, there must be a lizard. Whew. You hear me? You can hear me. Oh, it has an echo. You there? What are you doing? Are you okay? You must be alright. I love it. I mean, it's a dream come true to be able to. It's a dream come true to be able to come to Alice Springs, and to even be in Alice Springs is a dream come true. And then Ayers Rock on top of that. Otherwise, that's even more for I in Jesus' name. I love Jesus, so here I am in Alice Springs, enjoying my life. And here we have a bridge. As we have a bridge over here. Otherwise I have to loosen up my communication skills. I have to start speaking more in terms of public speaking. I have to go and do more. And there's always more to do in terms of communication out there. I do get no anxiety, although I understand that it's all about communication. So to increase my communication is to decrease my anxiety. So I realize that when I get anxiety, it's because my ego is driven. So what I do is I go into the emotions to gain no anxiety. I push through anxiety, and that way I have no anxiety. This is amazing. I mean, this rock has been here forever. Oh, show and respect. I see sensitive sights. I see no photography or filming to the left of this sign, please. I see show and respect. I see the Mala Puta is an angry woman's site and is sacred under Tuikua or something. I see traditional law. I see the rock details and features are equivalent to a sacred scripture. I see they're described culturally important information and must be viewed in the original location. I see it is inappropriate for images of this site to be viewed elsewhere. I see particular senior women are responsible for these stories, which are passed down from grandmother to daughter in terms of granddaughter, and in oral culture stories, family inheritance under Tupuka, Tuikurupa, culture, the Tukupa culture knowledge is earned, and with it comes great cultural responsibility. I see please do not photograph or film this site. You can see over here the sunset is happening. You can see that's the Ayers Rock. See, this is the sunrise area here in Uluru. See people up there doing the sunrise. I can say it's around 6:45 at the moment. I'm enjoying my life. I'm here at the Ayers Rock. See, the sunrise is just about to finish up. You guys can see that. You can see the sunrise is about to finish up. And it's been an incredible day for me in life, because after 28 years, of course, I came to the Uluru here at Alice Springs, and I drove 5 hours and I have to drive 5 hours back, although I'm here now to see the sunrise, as you can see. And it's just been an incredible ride at the moment, because I've been traveling for 1 year and 3 months. 1 year and 2 months. So from last year, July, to now July, and then we have August and September, which is 1 year and 2 months I've been traveling. And I finally managed to get to the, I finally managed to get to the Uluru. I realized that I'm now enjoying myself. I'm really enjoying what's happening around the world. And I understand that you guys also have to enjoy life and have to come see Uluru. I realized that once you guys get here, you're going to understand it's a massive deal of respect. You can see something like this. I see many people have not witnessed, many people have not witnessed this rock yet. Realize that the rock is huge, and by the time you walk around the oval, it will take you about 5 hours to complete it, although it's surrounded with fences, so you have to realize that some common areas you can go inside and see, although most of the areas are blocked by fences. And these kind of fences. So you can see these kind of fences over here. And they're blocked by those kind of fences, so you guys can understand that you have to live life anyway, and just make sure that whatever you're doing today is going to get you here and in a better place. Because out of all the Australian scenery that I've seen so far, I can say I've seen Byron Bay scenery where the lighthouse is, and it has a beautiful scenery, and also the Townsville one has a lookout, and there's also this one here, which is a nice beautiful one. And I have to say that this one's the far greatest one that I've ever seen, because it's a rock of Australia. And the Townsville one has a beautiful lookout also, and so does Cape Byron in Byron Bay. So I realized that those are the 3 areas of life we have to go and see the lookout, because those ones are the greatest ones I've seen so far in Australia. And there's so much more that you have to see in terms of the structure of Melbourne and Sydney and all these areas in terms of the capital cities of Australia. I finished it I finished all the capital cities of Australia. I went Hobart, I went Adelaide, I went Melbourne, I went to Brisbane, I went to Darwin, I went to Alice Springs, I went to Perth, I went to Sydney, I've been to Cairns, Townsville, I've been to Magnetic Island, I've been to Noosa, I've been to Australian Zoo, I've been to Mooloolaba and Maroochydore near Noosa in Sunshine Coast. I realize it's been an amazing journey, and there's so much more to go. I still have to go to Early Beach, I still have to go to the Great Barrier Reef, I still have to visit Launceston in Tasmania, and I have to go to Port as well in Tasmania, and Wagga Wagga, and also Mount Kosciuszko. So there's a lot to go, and I hope that you guys enjoy your day. And the sunset summit's done over here, so I have a 100-kilometer drive back to Curtin Springs so that I can continue my sleep and so that I can go and do something else. I'll see you guys in the next video. You can see it's very quiet over here. So over here it's just getting up to 7 PM now. I mean 6:55 at the moment. See how beautiful it is here in Uluru, Ayers Rock. I currently have accommodation 100 kilometers away from here. I realize it's because it's affordable and it's not cheap, although it's not expensive and it's affordable. I realize it's called Curtin Springs. And next to Curtin Springs you have also Illawarra, which is the next suburb from here. And there's a town, and there's restaurants, and there's a pump and gas station, and there's also some stuff to see there. And there's also a walk that I can take, which is called something of the Walk of the Winds or something like that around Uluru. I have to go do that one too, as it's right next to Ayers Rock. See how Ayers Rock just shines in the sunset. How you guys doing? I'm currently here at the Kata in the National Park of Uluru. You can find over here, you can see over there is a large rock, and you'll find that is the Ayers Rock. So it's 45 kilometers out. I mean, it's fairly big from here, although inside the camera it looks small. And you'll find that this one here is the sister of the Ayers Rock, which is the brother. You'll find this one is the Kata, and it's right next to the Ayers Rock. You'll find that it's like a Star Wars kind of trend. Da, 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 da. You'll find that these rocks over here look like meteorites. I mean, you'll find that the Ayers Rock, when you come and see it, is like a big meteorite. You ever seen a meteorite, which is a big space rock? I mean, it's so big and huge. I mean, this one here is half the size of the Ayers Rock. I mean, the Ayers Rock is much more beautiful because it's so much more larger. You'll see that the Ayers Rock over there is just one big rock. I mean, this one here is 7-8 rocks. You understand? I mean, 7-8 rocks, which is broken apart, and it's much more smaller than the other one, although it's still something beautiful to see. And guys, I've really improved myself along the way to be able to come here alone, and I'm here alone, so you can see that it's a nice tourist attraction here in Australia, and there's not many people. So there's only I, and I mean, there's not many other people. I'm everything in life. I understand that I understand when you bring the term people into everything, you say I'm the only person in divine nature, and that's it, because we're divine beings. Although you understand that when you come to Katuja in the National Park of Uluru, you find yourself a nice beautiful rock like this. And I'm just taping here just so you can see that I'm honest about being here. And you can see over here that I have the sign over here that says a sand dune country. You can see over here, and it's just a nice beautiful spacing. You can see they have you can go over there, you can see the nice beautiful lookout into the Uluru Rock from here. And I mean, from the Ayers Rock, I mean, you can go see the Ayers Rock from here. Always you can go see it from here. And over here you can find just some nice beautiful collections of land and infrastructure. You can see the spacing of the nice beautiful land and architecture over here. It's nice, beautiful. I promise you, it's nice and beautiful, and it's so peaceful and quiet. So it's beautiful that we have shade over here. I mean, there's one roof over here, and there's one roof in that as well. And you can find yourself over here as well. And it's totally free to come and see the rocks for yourself. Although you have to get yourself a plane ticket, which is around $500 when you're around Australia. I realise that from Adelaide, it's around $250 one way to get to Alice Springs, although from Sydney and Melbourne and Brisbane is $500, and from Perth it's $500, and from Darwin it's about $250, or else from Tasmania it's about $500. So you have those areas, and you keep that in mind also. You also have from overseas trips, I don't know how much it will be, although maybe in the thousands to get to Alice Springs. And you understand that when you get here, you understand you have Curtin Springs, which is just 100 kilometers out from here, and it's about a 1 hour drive to go and get yourself accommodation. So it's about $105 a night. So you understand that no matter what, that one day, I mean, in terms of 2 nights over here is more than enough. I mean, I stayed 1 night at the Curtin Springs, and it's more than enough to see the Ayers Rock and to see the Katatuja. And there's also Grand Canyon in terms of the Kings Canyon, which is 300 kilometers out into the Alice Springs, into the far right side. So that's another beautiful destination that I have to go to and see the Kings. I realize it's called the Kings Canyon here in Australia. Although I understand I still have to go I have to go Kangaroo Island. I have to go check out that. Although it's nice and beautiful, because I've been traveling for 1 year now, and I have to say that if I haven't traveled for 1 year, I would not be able to see Perth and Hobart and Melbourne and Brisbane and Cairns and Townsville and Monique Island and Darwin and Alice Springs and Uluru and Australia Zoo and Noosa and Lullaby and Maroochydore, and also the Ayers Rock here. I mean, there's so much more I can see in Australia. I mean, I still have to go see Early Beach. I still have to go see Launceston. I still have to go Launceston in Tasmania and Dalrymple in Tasmania. I still have to see the Kangaroo Islands. So those are 4. I still have to do skydiving and the hot air balloon here in Australia. As I do that, I realise I still have to go Wagga Wagga and Toowoomba and Lismore, which is all country towns, although there's also Lightning Ridge here in Australia. I have to go see that. And those are all country towns, so it's going to be quiet over here, although I understand when my street performance is coming up now, I have to go to Melbourne. I have to do some street performance. I have to start getting my legacy up, because I understand that I just recently talked to myself and I said, I mean, if I went back to the 9 to 5, I mean, if I went to work in the 9 to 5 long term, I promise you all the people from the past who I ever met in life will do better than me in the 9 to 5. I promise you they'll do better than me in the 9 to 5, because I would only ever work 15 hours a week in the 9 to 5, and I would only ever do waitering at a minimum wage. Because I understand that my life is not 9 to 5. So what do? I cut out the 9 to 5 as much as possible, and because I am on the government allowance at the moment, although I understand that long term, I never rely on the government to support myself. I realise that I'm just with the government allowance at the moment so that I can go and travel and see Australia. Although I understand that it's not the way to go long term. I understand that soon the social security of Australia is going to erupt, and there's not going to be any more money given and handouts given toward people, because 10 million Australians right now are receiving government support. And more than that, I mean, 15 million people in Australia right now, I realize 15 million people in Australia right now are receiving government support in one way or another. I mean, it may be a kid, I mean, it may be a family, it may be also people who are renting mortgages. And I actually see that happening right now, which is kids are receiving government support, and families who are carers of kids are receiving government support, and also pensioners are receiving government support. And you have to understand the pensions of Australia are going bankrupt, and so is the Medicare, and so is the Social Security. And so is the Social Security. So anybody who finds themselves on a pension later on in life, you understand in 4 years' time there's not going to be any more pensions. And what's going to happen? People are going to start having kids, and guess what? They have to go work as well. And it's going to be much more tougher to have kids in Australia and anywhere in the world, because guess what? I mean, everything's going into cryptocurrency, and because it's going to because everything's going into cryptocurrency, there's not going to be any more money. There's not going to be any more money printed. You understand? So what's going to happen is there's not going to be any more government security and social security and all of that. So I find myself lucky right now because I do have Jesus Christ. And you have to understand that it's not about having kids, and it's not about having the opposite sex with you and other people with you. It's about personal growth and freedom. So find yourself freedom any way you can. And one way I can find myself freedom right now from the 9-to-5 job is just being on the government allowance for now, to see the Ayers Rock and to see beautiful Australia over here, because I've been doing it for 1 year and 2 months now, and you'll understand that I enjoy myself. I enjoy myself because I get to travel and I get to understand much more of my scenery while producing videos and while doing this content, because I understand long term 9-to-5 job is never going to work for me. I understand that already. You have to understand that it will kill me. You have to understand that I realize that warehousing work and all of that in terms of 9-to-5 work is going to kill me. So I'd rather stay away from it altogether, because it doesn't help me at all. And what does help me is staying away from the 9-to-5 job as much as possible, because I become happier as a person in that nature. So I do anything to increase my time. And yes, I use the government's money to go and travel, because 50 million Australians are also doing the same thing. And you have to understand that I've got nothing to be ashamed about, although I understand I give a lot of education and content along the way about life coaching and how to improve yourself. So guys, stay tuned. Although here's the beautiful rock. You can see how beautiful it is, and there's so much more going on. I still get to see the Ayers Rock from here, and it's a new scene. I realize it's a new scene, so there's always more going on with I in life, because hey, I'm alone in life, and I understand that my biological father lives in Australia only from my biological family, and it's I am my real family in life. Although I understand that I'm my best mentor in life in terms of Jesus Christ. I follow Jesus Christ, and I understand Jesus is my best mentor, although I am always alone with Jesus Christ, and I understand that is all I ever need. So you understand, if you're a follower of Jesus Christ, you understand that you have the best mentor and the best guide in life. So go the free way, as Jesus says, and do everything for free. I'm doing all this content for free because I enjoy myself, and there's so many flies over here. So I understand, guys, that now around the temperature of Australia around here is around 35 and 36 degrees, and it's really hot over here in the middle of Australia. I realize every single day it's around 35 degrees over here. So you have to understand that it can get cold here as well. I realize it can get up to 3 degrees here at night as well. I realize it can go cold, although you can see many snakes over here. There's many snakes. There's many animals flying past over here. There's kangaroos around here. So you understand that there's also cows somewhere around here as well. I realize that. Anyway, you also find camels. You'll find camels in the middle of Australia over here. You find a camel town or a camel. You'll find a camel farm just nearby, where it's around 70 kilometers from the Ayers Rock. It's really nearby, and you understand that it's really that you go to the Ayers Rock campground, and that's where you'll find the Camel's Rock, and it's around 40 kilometers from the Ayers Rock over there, although it's 70 k's from here. And you understand that right there is 45 k's from here, so I get to actually see how far that is. And it's really, you understand, 45 k's. For me to run that, it would take me around 4.5 hours, whereas I can run 10 kilometers an hour. For 4 hours I would have to keep it going. I'll see you guys in the next video. You can see me here at the Kytease in the National Park of Uluru. See, this is the next of kin of the Ayers Rock. So what I mean is, this is the second biggest rock next to Ayers Rock. I can say there is another one, although that one's more private and you cannot go there because it's an industrial area in terms of private area where it's trespassing if you go there. Although right now I'm doing the Valley of the Winds walk, which is just over there where people are coming in and out. You can see this is a tourist attraction because this rock is such a big rock, and you can only find it in Alice Springs. See the car park? I just came from another spot where the Kytease rock is, where it's the nice viewing area just back down there, which is around 10 kilometers. And as you can see, I mean, you can see that part right now, although you can go inside the Kytease.
Your destination is on the left.
Thank you very much. You can see my GPS tracker is saying that I'm here. Although this is the Valley of the Winds walk. As you can see, I'm here at the moment. I have to go into here and I have to go walk around here. Realize I still have to go here and check this out and check this out, because now it's time for the walk. Realize that back in Alice Springs they said to come here and also to go to the Ayers Rock. So I realized that Ayers Rock I was already familiar with, although I was never familiar with this one. Because this is a different one. See, you can see this is a sacred area. See, it says no entry past Karoo Lookout. Let's see, from 11 AM. How you doing?
Hey.
So he's just saying the Valley of the Winds walk over here. I see, to hold your heart in your knowledge, and that is a special place. See over here. See, do not build rock cairns in this national park. You have to leave the rocks alone, or you may face a penalty. You must not walk off the track. You must not disturb the stone or other earth materials. You must not damage or move features or objects, or you can grab a fine and just let it all be. You can see over here, you can help protect the vegetation by remaining on the track. You can see this is a tourist, you can see that this is a tourist attraction over here. See, this is called the Valley of the Winds. So why is it called that? Because you can see over here, you can see it gets windy over here, so I can feel the wind. See the rocks. I mean this is like I mean, it's like a Star Wars film. I love it. I mean, the beautiful features of the rock shows when you're really looking at it, and when you're featuring yourself in the video, you understand how it looks. You can understand that is right now the Kytease behind me. So what I do, I just record myself along the way. I make a documentary that I was here, enjoying my life. You can see this. I mean, I just make a documentary that I'm here, enjoying my life. You never say that you was here, you say that you are here and right now, enjoying your life. You're not about to die or something. You guys just bring some water with you when you go for a walk. I brought some sugarcane juice. See this? See it? So you just walk it once, you just do the rock once and you go. I still have to visit the camel farm around here. I have to go see the Ayers Rock campground as well. I'll go see the campground and then I have to go to Yalara. I have to go see over there what's going on. And then I can go back to Alice Springs. And I'll do all that today. Because it's a big day for me because for the first time ever I get to see this massive rock over here. I get to feel myself in a moment. I get to speak my heart about issues and topics that people have in terms of other people, as I have no other issues in mind and I have no issues in my life. I'm wealthy. I understand life is to be lived now. So when you live it now, you understand. You come and see the rock. You come and enjoy yourself. See the beautiful architecture design over here. You can touch the rock. I mean, it's a beautiful rock. I mean, this road goes for 2.6 kilometers or something like that. I mean, it's a walk. See, it's a walk nonetheless. And you can understand that when I look at this rock, I look at the nice beautiful architecture inside the rock, and I look to see about the patterns of the structures of the rock. I see how big the rock is, I see how wide it is, I see where the water will drop from the rock, I see also the holes of the rock, I see the color and the shades, I see any cracks that it may have, and just look at the rock. I already did the Ayers Rock, although you guys may have watched the previous video from this one where I described the Ayers Rock and how it looks, although I found a sign that I realized I found a sign that said you must not tape the Ayers Rock or something like that. So I realized to stop the video because out of respect for Aboriginal people who say that it's a sacred place, and it's really that many people have to come see the Ayers Rock on their own to see what's inside. So I realize if you ruin the party and you show people how the Ayers, if you show people how the Ayers Rock looks like altogether inside, I realize that you expose something sacred where somebody may come and see for themselves how it is. I realize although that my video is going to stay up online because I didn't know, and there's no point to delete my voice now. I realize that next time you guys have to put a sign right in the front of Ayers Rock to say to not tape, please. I did check for signs over here. Apparently you can tape over here at the moment. So I see this is beautiful over here. I mean, I don't need anybody else. I'm very happy on my own. I'm happier than ever. I'm doing excellent. I see all this nice beautiful structure over here. See over here, you see the plants of the putti. You see life on the stony slope. You see, imagine living in this extreme desert environment. I see plants growing in the putti, scrublands of foothills are hardly survivors or better. See, plants growing in the putti scrubland foothills are hardly survivors, so they die. See, those putti plants are dying around here. You see, you must stay on the footpath. You must not pick up rocks. You must not touch rocks, or you must not climb on the rocks. Oh yeah. See, that's beautiful. You only ever find this in Australia. See this rock over there. And that's beautiful. I'm filming a documentary over here, so you see how it all is. Oh. So cheers. I've got a nice sugarcane drink over here. See how the bushes are dead in terms of the leaves, all dried up. See, it's a hot season right now. I see, as you walk along the footpath, you have to watch out for rocks, because if you don't, you may trip over and you may step on glass or something like that. You may step on something that's gonna cut you, so you just watch out. I mean, you guys have to come and see the Kytease National Park over here, where it's the nice beautiful rock. Come and walk it once and that's it. You just do it once. You don't do it more than once. Oh. You guys have to enjoy your life. You have to understand that being alone is the way of life, and those people who do go alone about life and walk alone, such as Jesus did, you understand that those people hold the world inside and are never at mercy of anything, because they're strong enough to walk alone. I promise you, if you need other people to be with you to walk this life, then you understand that you are one of those people who are dependent on other people. So if you walk alone, you're never dependent on the crowd around you to be with you all the time. You're never seeking validation from them, because you're going alone, so you're not dependent on anybody. See, this rock's beautiful. I'd say the rock's huge. tell you. See other tourists over here. You can see the rock over here. So over there you can go, and then you go downhill into the rock. You can go down there into the nice pathway that is going toward the Kytease, nice rampway where you can go inside and see what's happening near the rock down there. You guys can see behind me over here is the Uluru Rock, which is the Ayers Rock here in Alice Springs, and I just arrived here at 5:15 p.m. in terms of 6:15 p.m. and it's a sunset now. So as you can see behind me, you can see there's a sunset going on, and it lights up the Ayers Rock with sun, and it's going to finish in the next 45 minutes. Although it's a nice place to come here at the sunset viewing parlor. I realize the sunset viewing parlor car park here in Alice Springs, so you're going to have a nice beautiful time here during the sunset, and it's a nice way to see the sunset and then go Alice Springs right after. So it's probably the last thing you actually want to see around here in terms of Uluru. So as you can see, it's very beautiful. You can see the architecture, and it's a massive rock. So I was just at the Kytease, the Kytease, I realize in terms of the other rock, which is just 45 kilometers away from here. Although this one is going to be the last one I see in Uluru before I go to Alice Springs. So for the next 45 minutes, I'm gonna eat something here in the car, and I'll just sit around. And as you can see people here have their cars and they're lined up to watch the sunset over here, because there's another sunset type way that you can go watch the Uluru, although it's far in the app. I realize it's in the back somewhere, and I realize this one's more close up sunset view, so I realize it's an even better one to come in and watch this one right away in terms of the sunset. Although there's another viewing somewhere else where you can see the other rock, which is the Kytease rock behind the Alice. I realize you can watch the Kytease rock. I realize you can watch the Kytease rock behind the Ayers Rock, and that's one of the sunset viewings in the area here that you can go to. Although this one here is just the Ayers Rock, as you can see, and it's nice and beautiful when you can come and watch the sunset here. And after 28 years, of course, I came and finally managed to get around to come here, and it's just an amazing experience to be able to be at the Ayers Rock twice. And 3 times I've seen it, and you can see it 50 kilometers out. Driving this way, you can see the Ayers Rock, and you can see it while you're driving here. I mean, it's so big, and it's one of the biggest rocks I've ever seen in my life. And as you can see, that it looks like a meteorite. I mean, it looks literally like a meteorite. So you can say it's very beautiful in the sunset area and when it's sunset and sunrise, because what happens is the nice beautiful sun will color the rock, and that way it's a beautiful way to enjoy life. And I just skipped the barrier here so I can go and have no people in the background here, so I can just enjoy it. Whereas as you can see over here, there's plants over here that look like hay, and it's like a yellowish color, and it's like hay, like what horses eat, and just so beautiful. You guys have to understand that when you're traveling throughout life, what you can do is make sure that you're driving in a way that you can watch the road while you're just talking to yourself like this, and that way you can build some skills and you can do your work on the go. I realize it's very important that you understand that in life you have 6 areas of workload. You have the free allowance way, where you're getting money from the government and you're traveling, and you have to understand that is one way that I live life. I mean, another way is you're an affiliate marketer. So what you're doing is you're working from home for another company where it's an affiliate marketing program where you have to go online and sign people up to that business so that you can make referral lists so that you can make money through those people because you made a sale. That's one way. In terms of, that's two ways now. The other way is that you are in real estate and you can travel that way and you can live off your real estate deals. The other way is that you are doing something where you're just doing something in accordance to the 9 to 5 work, which is another one. That is one way. You guys can see currently I'm at the Karingana lookout over here, which is lookout number 2. And as you can see over here, this is the second lookout from the Kytease National Park. As you can see, this massive rock over here. It's massive. See the structure? You can see behind me. You see just one big rock. See over here. It's amazing what you can do by just looking at the scenery and enjoying it and just relaxing. I can say both sceneries are amazing, and it's definitely something to see once in your lifetime. I promise you that now, since I've seen this one time, because I'll never be here again, although I understand I'll have this memory for a lifetime. As you guys can see, a nice beautiful background here in the Karingana of Kytease National Park. You can see over here, which is a nice hike down there as well to go all the way up there. Although there's no chance I'll go up there because it's going to get nighttime soon. And you can go down there and just hike all the way up there. Although behind me here, you see this rock over here. You can see there's a massive rock right here, and it's a beautiful shade color, and it has, I promise you guys that lookout there is called the Karingana lookout. So I'm here at the beautiful rock in terms of the Kytease rock. You can see behind me is the Kytease rock, although this is all got to do with the Kytease National Park. Well, that one down there, which is the lookout for the, it's the lookout for the Karingana. That's all the Karingana, and that's just the name they put in terms of the name of the place. Although you can go hike down there, although there's no chance I'll do that because it's going to fall nighttime soon, so I'll make sure to get back now. And I have to go see some camels today because I still have time. I realize I have time, and the time is now. I understand that, guys, as you hike, I realize that I set some goals for myself when I hike. I just said to make sure that I wear all white as I hike, because a white color during the sun is a nice way to cool down, and it's also helpful that I say that I will only ever carry 2 phones and a selfie stick with a cable and a portable charger, and that's it. I need nothing else for a nice hike other than you'll understand that I can go hiking 10 kilometers, 5 kilometers that way and backwards without water easily. And sometimes during your hike you may find water bubblers somewhere around the way. In terms of you may find water bubblers somewhere along the way where you hike. So just be open-minded to understand that the less you carry on your hike, the better. You'll see Jesus went into a desert with nothing except for himself in eye and his sandals, and that's it. In terms of his clothing, you'll see that he wore clothing and sandals, and he went into the desert for 40 days and 40 nights without food and without technology, guys. So just realize that you can do the same thing, and that's the whole point of hiking. Although I bring technology with me so that I can say that I was here and I was there and I was here always. I'm never there, I'm here. And that way I understand that when you have a beautiful background such as the Karinga background, you understand that you're in Katajuta, and get yourself here as fast as possible so you can come and see the second lookout over here so that you can enjoy yourself. I'll see you guys in the next video, although that is the nice beautiful rock that you can see behind me because the sun was blocking my view, although you can see over here the nice beautiful rock behind me, which is the Katajuta, and that's the national park. And here you can hike inside the rock. You can come and see for yourself everything that you ever need, although it's a nice beautiful scenery here in Australia. And Uluru Rock is just 45 kilometers from here, so this is the second biggest rock in terms of the Uluru, and the Karinga is part of this rock. So this rock, which is the Karigana, is part of this rock. So this rock extends all the way to there. So it's amazing what you can find in terms of this rock, which is all the Katajuta, although it all has a separate name, although it's all one rock. And that way you understand that you can find the Uluru here as well. You can come see it, although you have to get some money, and I do suggest you have at least $2,000 here when you get here, and that way you can get yourself a tour, you can get yourself 3 weeks accommodation here easily, and you understand you've got hostels here that is $31 a night, and that way, I apologize if the wind is blowing inside my camera right now because I have no microphone attached to it, although you guys understand that Alice Springs is worth it when you come and see the Uluru Ayers Rock and the Katajuta and the Karigana, nice beautiful. World. That way you understand that life is to be lived on the inside, and you understand that once you see this scenery, and once you see the rock, and once you see once you see Alice Springs and the Ayers Rock, you see the middle of Australia, you go to the Kings Canyon, you go see all these places. I promise you that it's going to stay in your memory for a lifetime, and because of that, I promise you that is something incredible, and that's confidence. So the more you see the world and open up new scenery of the world, I promise you never go backwards, because you see level 500 places, you'll always be level 500 confidence. I'll see you guys in the next video. You can see over here the Katachuna National Park. See how this big rock over here goes. I'd say it's an amazing big rock over here. You guys can enjoy. You can see the background scenery over here. I can say it's a 2.6 kilometer walk to the inside of this rock, so you can go see inside and what's happening. As you can see, I'm walking the rocks. I realize the rock is huge. So I could say, yeah, you even have a bench over here. You can sit on the bench. You can watch the sunrise. You can watch the sunset over here. Ja Charlie ovdje uzeo jedne vokale. Ja napravio vokale. Ja ću da ti otpevam. Ti si žena mog života, ti lepa u snu, ti saznaš moga života, ti sanjaš mene u snu. Ti vidiš koliko značim, ti razumeš koliko te volim, ti moja danas života, ti saznaš moju snu. Ti saznaš mene u životu, ti lepa u snu, ti voliš moje razloge, ti lepa u snu. Ja ću sada otpevam moj rock and roll. Ti si žena mog života, ti lepa u snu, ti saznaš moga života, ti sanjaš mene u snu, ti vidiš koliko značim, ti razumeš koliko te volim, ti moja danas života, ti sanjaš mene u snu, ti saznaš mene u životu, ti lepa u snu, ti voliš moje razloge, ti lepa u snu. Ja vidim ovako sa pesmom je lepo, pošto kad idem ovako, ti sanjaš mene u životu, ti lepa u snu, ti voliš moje razloge, ti lepa u snu. Ja mogu i ovako, ti lepa u snu. I'll just be singing something, guys. I'll be singing my Serbian song over here. I have this one over here. I have earphones and I'll be singing. Ti si žena mog života, ti lepa u snu, ti saznaš moga života, ti sanjaš mene u snu, ti vidiš koliko značim, ti razumeš koliko te volim, ti moja danas života, ti saznaš moju snu. Ti razumeš mene uvek, ti ideš bolje uvek, ti džaba živiš život, ja vidim tebe sada. Ti moja danas života, ti saznaš moju snu. Ti moja danas života, ti saznaš moju snu. Ti saznaš mene u životu, ti lepa u snu, ti voliš moje razloge, ti lepa u snu. I can say that's my version of my Serbian track, and I'll name it here. Ti lepa u snu. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll just be singing one of my tracks over here so that I can do something better. I test. Ti si žena mog života, ti lepa u snu, ti saznaš moga života, ti sanjaš mene u snu, ti vidiš koliko značim, ti razumeš koliko te volim, ti moja danas života, ti sanjaš moju snu. Ti razumeš mene uvek, Ti ideš bolje uvek, ti džaba živi život. Ja vidim tebe sada, ti moja danas života, ti saznaš moju snu. Ti moja danas života, ti saznaš moju snu. Ti moja danas života, ti saznaš moju snu. Ti saznaš mene u životu, ti lepa u snu. Ti voliš moje razloge, ti lepa u snu. Ti saznaš mene u životu, ti lepa u snu. Ti voliš moje razloge, ti lepa u snu. Ti saznaš mene u životu, ti lepa u snu. Ti voliš moje razloge, ti lepa u snu. I realized that is my track. See you guys in the next video. I bounce. Ja skačem. Ja skačem. Ja odskočim. Ja odskočim. I can say when you're a music producer and you need a new synth and you've never worked with a synth and you get FL Studio, and in the FL Studio you have to invest money into a synth. I mean, that's when you go synth shopping and you start to look at all these synths online, and then you start saying on Google, what is the best synth in 2020? And then you get a list of them, and then you have to go on YouTube and you have to go shop online and you have to go find information about all the synths, and then we're going synth shopping. So we're going to pick out a synth, and then we're going to make sure we get on the website, and then we're going to give some money, and then we're going to get an email, and then we're going to download our key, and then we're going to put in our FL Studio and we're going to start. Because the funny of this video, I realize the funniness of this video is I realize we're going shitloads in terms of, no shitloads, I mean we're going in terms of synths, and we're going synth shopping, because guess what? I'm a music producer, and it's time to synth shop something. And guess what? You have to understand that when you're really, really into music, you always need something much better. So be that kind of individual who understands to go and have your own style in life and make sure you guys produce music today. I see when you come to Spain and you see people partying, you thought to yourself, what the fuck? You went all day, you went all night. Viva la raza. You say, Viva las noche. You went all day, you went all night. Viva las noche. Ay, viva la fiesta. You went all day, you went all night. Viva la raza. You then called Johnny and you said to him, what the fuck? You see, when you call Johnny and you speak to him, you just really need to see your language, darling. You see, first off, you say one thing and you do another. You see, when you're disappointed in life, remember, viva la raza. You see, when you ask, you shall receive. And I only do it that way. You see, now, when you go calling Johnny, you must never be calling me, because you went to Spain and you seen people partying, you see, when you see them again partying, just be going, viva la raza. You see, viva las noches. I viva la fiesta. You called Johnny and you said to him, what the fuck? You honor or something? You see, that Johnny guy is my friend. And if you touch him, I swear you can have him. You see, you don't need, you need to say, what the fuck? You now get viva la raza. You see now how you work your viva las noche somewhere else. I understand that I'm a smartass and I love smartass people. And for example, when somebody is so sarcastic with me, I've now traveled Australia today, and it's the first time ever I've stepped foot into Alice Springs, and I finished all the capital cities of Australia and stepped foot inside those cities. So, I mean, Alice Springs and Hobart and Darwin and Brisbane and Canberra and Sydney and Melbourne and Adelaide and also Perth, in terms of the main cities and capital cities of Australia. I've set foot and I've seen it already. And guess what? I realize that those people who are sarcastic and laugh at me, I say, you like my forehead? I've travelled Australia, mate. How about you? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear this? Do you hear this? Do you hear this? I see she woke up in the morning. I see the sunrise in her eyes. I see she woke up in the morning. I see the sunrise in her eyes. I see all that she sees is darkness. I see she will to your light. I see I woke up in the morning. I see the sunrise in her eyes. I see all that she sees is darkness. I see she will to your light.
And the family members are all right to say. But lawa, dengan yang lainnya jenakai, Nyama Tamara, as well as Anyapa and Nabarula, and we say we're not going to say anything. And please, do not post anything. Nambu jangka, lawa, because you will give it okay for kananya. Kamu ngol nyanyinya, media wala pun kamu luar di mana nanti wala kamu luar di mana nyarung wala kau. Please, do not post anything.